anxiety-inducing bagging, understocked shelves, and shopping carts that'll cost you. Aldi's got cheap prices and a focus on speed, but there are plenty of red flags you should also know about. It's your first time at Aldi and you walk down the aisles searching for Pepsi or Cap'n Crunch, only to come up empty-handed. What gives? Well, one thing about Aldi is that you'll find almost no brand name products. Occasionally, there might be a special on a brand you know and love, but most products seem to be from manufacturers you've never heard of, like Benton's and Simply Nature. But there's a reason why you'll almost never see name brands at Aldi. The supermarket chain primarily sells its own private label products.
But if you think off-label equals off-quality, think again.
These are products that were made by Aldi, or made for Aldi by various food manufacturers and sold under one of its private label food brands. It might seem like this means there's no consistent quality, or that the products will all be low-quality budget alternatives to the real deal, but this isn't the case. Aldi private label products are rigorously tested against similar products to ensure their quality. And there's another bonus to the private label products. They're cheaper. Aldi is the one commissioning the products, so it can afford to sell them for less. It also saves space on the shop floor because only one type of Dijon mustard or salted chips needs to be displayed, rather than offerings from 10 different brands. The Aldi Finds section is better known as the middle aisle or the aisle of shame. It's that aisle where you can pick up everything from waffle makers to foot spas to drills, all at a discount price. The trouble is, its offerings can be inconsistent. You might see something you want in Aldi's weekly ads and turn up to your local store only to be disappointed that it's nowhere in sight. These middle aisle bargains aren't guaranteed, and some can be downright hard to snap up. There's also an ideal time to shop for certain products. They're stocked in stores on Wednesdays, so that's usually the best time to find the most popular items. Aldi Finds has a big following online, and people often go and stock up on multiple of the same item, although there are buying limits for popular ones. It should also be noted that availability can vary by region. Some stores might not receive a huge number of certain items, or they might get none at all. Aldi isn't like any old supermarket. It's all about speed and productivity, and that extends to the checkout line.
Aldi is all about simplicity and ruthless efficiency. It's substance over style.
This means some customers aren't prepared for Aldi's bagging protocols, which can hold up the line, or can leave you feeling confused if you're the one who's unprepared. While some grocery stores have grocery baggers, or at the very least, you can pack your own bags at the register, this isn't the case at Aldi. The checkout area is designed so you can park your cart right up close to the cashier, who scans items rapidly and loads them straight into your cart. After paying, you take the cart over to the packing area to fill up your bags. Then there's the bags themselves. In some supermarkets, you can get your groceries bagged in paper for free, but Aldi doesn't have free grocery bags, so if you come without a reusable bag, you're going to have to pay. When you show up to a grocery store, you don't expect to need cash to use the carts. But unfortunately, that's not the case at Aldi. Few things are free at this budget supermarket. And while you don't have to pay to use the carts, you do need a quarter as a kind of deposit. This leaves many customers scrounging around for change, digging into pockets, and checking between car seats.
You can't spare a quarter?
When you get to the row of carts, they're all chained together in a line, and inserting a quarter releases the one at the end. When you're done shopping and have loaded your groceries into your car, you return your cart, chain it back up, and the quarter you inserted is released. If you don't carry cash these days, you can buy tokens that do the same job. The reason why Aldi makes customers pay to use its carts isn't because it thinks that a quarter will stop someone from stealing a cart. Rather, it's to encourage people to return them to the designated spots. This way, they don't end up littering the parking lot, and the store doesn't need to employ a member of staff just to wrangle them. The seafood at Aldi may be a red flag in and of itself. More and more of us are thinking carefully about where our food comes from, and this grocery chain isn't hitting high standards as far as its sourcing. Greenpeace found problems with the way Aldi sources its seafood, in particular the canned tuna, which the organization says isn't fished in a sustainable way. What's more, Aldi's Sea Queen brand of seafood may have indirectly funded the North Korean government and its nuclear weapons program. The brand was dealing with fisheries that regularly employ North Korean workers to cut costs. Around 70% of whose salary goes to the North Korean state. But worse yet, these workers are subjected to awful conditions. Aldi did ultimately cut these ties after learning the truth. Sometimes you'll head to Aldi and find the shelves understocked, especially in the Aldi Finds section. This can make your shopping trip seem like a wasted opportunity, but the day of the week you shop at Aldi can make a big difference to your options. It's frustrating though, as you may end up planning your shopping trips around Aldi's schedule rather than your own. Wednesday is the smartest day of the week to shop at Aldi. That's when the new offers and the weekly ad roll around. So if you head there on Tuesdays, you might find the shelves looking a bit bare, especially in the special offers aisle. That said, it can vary slightly store to store. Some have products out first thing on Wednesday, others a bit later, and some even start putting them out on Tuesday night. So it can take a bit of trial and error to work out how things go down where you live. You may find an Aldi product that you can't get enough of and buy it every time you go shopping there. Then, suddenly, it's gone. It can be frustrating, but Aldi's product availability changes with the seasons and varies by store, so there's no guarantee your favorites will always be in stock. Some Aldi products are seasonal, like pumpkin products in fall or Christmas cookies around the holidays. That said, it's easier to come to terms with the fact that these won't always be available, though with any luck, they'll be back next year. The more unpredictable thing is that product availability varies between stores. If a certain item sells badly, it might disappear from your local store but still be sold at the Aldi 2 towns over, which is pretty annoying. We all love getting something for nothing, which is why coupons are so great.
Hold on, I got a coupon for that. It was in the paper this morning.
Aldi doesn't do coupons. It also doesn't have any kind of reward system for its regular customers. This might seem stingy, but there's a good reason for it. By foregoing reward programs and coupons, Aldi can provide incredible value to all its shoppers. Its prices are consistently lower than other supermarkets, and the only way it can do this is by cutting costs elsewhere. So coupons and reward cards are some of the things on the chopping block. For some people, a trip to Aldi is like a day out. You can gleefully stroll the aisles and get excited while checking out all the new products and seasonal offerings. But for others, a trip to Aldi is anxiety-inducing. If this is your experience, you're not alone. A lot of people feel anxious while shopping at Aldi, which is why so many people avoid it altogether. There are plenty of factors that play into Aldi anxiety. For one, there's the fact that you need a quarter to use one of their carts. Plus, the stores aren't necessarily well organized, so finding everything on your list can feel like an ordeal. And without music playing, you might hear the chatter from other shoppers echoing around. It's enough to make even the calmest person go into a tailspin. If you want to get over your Aldi anxiety, start slowly. Go on small trips there at first and maybe bring a friend for moral support. Maybe someone who loves Aldi and can help you find things. But if you decide Aldi just isn't for you, that's okay too.